Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sawmill Raceway here in Mill Valley, California. This is time for another wonderful ARCSOA Elite Series race. After the round of Atlanta, we've had a number of major news items that have broken out since that race. Let's get to them. The first being is that we only have 28 cars on the grid because the 48 team and the 24 team were not allowed to run this race because they failed tech inspection at Atlanta. At the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So they are been banned from running this race as they were both major tech inspection violations. Another big news item is we don't have, Gretchen Faust on the grid. We have Tyler Berkman instead. The 62 car is on the grid because Gretchen Faust had an underlying injury from that incident that requires surgery and will be out for the majority of the season, if not the whole season. So, Tyler Berkman will be driving full-time the remainder of the season. And keep in mind, Marlone's going to need possibly another driver because his teammate, Takumi Hirano, further back, is already on 2 strikes from that incident. And if you get your 3rd strike, then you have a race suspension. Something I'm sure Hirano does not want to do. If you're looking on this grid, you'll also notice that the grid seems pretty strange looking. That's because rain affected qualifying yesterday, putting Craig Yonser and Allison Holiday on the front row. This is a big step in a direction that we weren't expecting, but yeah. Good on Craig Yonser and Allison Holiday for getting on the front row in heavy, heavy rain conditions. So it is very interesting to see them on the front row, and it should be interesting with some of the faster cars further back on the grid. Let's go down to the starting grid today, so we can go through the entire starting grid. Oh, you can hear me this time. Okay, good. All right, this is our starting grid music for today. All right, starting from the back in last position, we have the driver 96 car of Greg Woodard starting dead last on the grid. Did not get any type of dry running lap, and he was basically out in the monsoon the whole time. DJ Curtis as well, Philip Papura, and Nick Pericles. The Red Bull cars have been consistently one of the fastest cars on the grid since the start of the year. They seem to have an overall package that's quite good. However, here, it looks like they're going to struggle a little bit. William Brock and Tyler Thaber are the next 2 cars on the grid as well. Also, Philip Papura further back. Not a great weekend for the one Ghost Racing car. They are, of course, the team championship leader. William Brock, a winner at Daytona, already locked in the playoffs. And there's Tyler Thaber doing quite nicely as well. Or not quite nicely, but has had flashes of brilliance this year. So, Takumi Hirano already on 2 strikes this year after 3 rounds. Not good for him. He's going to have to mind his P's and Q's this year. Rich Roy on the grid as well. You've got to be really careful about him, although I believe he got some points last weekend, if I'm not mistaken, in Atlanta. Lance Kelvin, another race winner this year, another playoff berth for him. He is starting down in a lower position as well. And alongside of him, we have Vince Freeze, who, in the only DNC in the grid, DNC's really got to think about updating their cars here pretty soon. Tyler Berkman, starting here on the grid. The Marlone team has no points in their account yet, even though they're one of the fastest cars on the grid. Joe Coleman in the Horizon Sport car as well. Auto Sport car doing pretty well there. Jared Vershagen and Alex Rowe, not Evan Byrne. Alex Rowe are the next 2 cars on the grid, with Bethany Woodard and Zayden Davidson on the next 2 in the next row as well. Eric Monaco and Dylan Speeds with Anthony Griffith and Julius Costra. This track has been a little bit of a playground for the Middle Deutschland cars. I'd be interested to see how they're going to turn out today. Cameron Taylor and Carter Fitzgerald are the next two cars on the grid. Carter Fitzgerald has actually been quite strong this year. Daniel Bouchard and Sean Angel are next up on the grid. Then we have Ethan Kiterman and Caitlin Tannerhill. Allison Holiday and Craig Yonser are also on the grid as well. Are up in the front row as well. It's been a great day for the Mid-Atlantic and Middle Deutschland teams, and Matthews Motorsports for that matter. So with that being said, who are your picks to win this race? I mean, we've got a really interesting order here that could be quite interesting to see here. Post them in the chat below. I don't think there's many of you watching because there is an online league race. I know that some of our normal members watch. That could be a little interesting, but as we keep going, we'll see what's up. All right, with that being said, let's get down to the race itself. Hold on one sec here. Faust is going to be out for the foreseeable future, I will say.
Drivers, start your engine!
All right. All right, here we go. Down into the final corner here. Craig Yonser will lead the field down to the green. Oh, what is going on in the back? That's Berkman around. And Berkman's not going to get going there, but we're going to have to take a look at that. That could be a steward's inquiry there. Yonser, of course, is not in the preferred line to start off here, but will he get the lead? It looks like Holiday is going to lead coming through the corner there. Berkman actually catches back up to the field. There. Oh, the 22 broke down. That's probably something to deal with it there, but 22 there breaks down. We will take a look at the replay there of Berkman spinning on the start. That's a little interesting if you ask me, but give me 1 second here. We're just going to finish the first lap, then we'll get a replay, drivers, stewards. As Yonser has a great start here over Holiday, and as we go through the field, it is a wondrous start. No accidents so far, other than that Berkman spin. And the first lap done, Yonser's got actually a pretty nice lead over the Mid-Atlantic cars. Tannerhill's fallen back quite a bit. Let's take a look and see what happened to Tyler Berkman on that restart there. Oh, oops, not what I wanted. Oh, Coleman is trying to get to the pits, and Berkman's down there. And, well, the 22 broke down, but I'm willing to bet there's going to be some post-race on that, because the 22 just dumped him. Really? I don't think there's going to need to be a lot of replays on that one. I think that one's pretty cut and dry, to be honest with you. Meanwhile, on the track there, Craig Yonser, or Allison Holiday now is being passed by the 52 car for second position. That's Ethan Kiterman there. And, well, actually, Holiday's holding on pretty strong there, but Kiterman's going to get a good run down the front, or down the backstretch here. These are really quick laps around this track, really. But into the second turn on this track, it's a long carousel. Kind of reminds me of the old Nelson's Ledges carousel, but safer, this turn is. But onto the curving backstretch. Now, there's Bouchard making a move on the outside of Holiday. That's some move that you're going to want to make around this track. There's not a whole lot you can do to kind of solidify stuff there. Meanwhile, Berkman's already clawed his way through the field. William Brock not doing very well today, as is Rich Roy not doing well. No cars have used any tokens yet either. Team owners haven't, so we're interested to see when that'll start breaking down a little bit here. Meanwhile, on the front stretch, Janser is taking off right now over Kiterman and Bouchard there. Look at the lead Janser's got. Like, great move by Janser right off the bat. Could this be Matthews Motorsports' first victory? I don't know. I think it's a definite possibility. But yeah, oh, there is some battling here between Carter Fitzgerald has been, I think, the biggest mover all day, except nearly spins it there. Sorry, I've got a combo. I've got something going on my phone at the same time that revolves around my actual work, so I'm looking at that at the same time. So if I start sounding a little weird in this broadcast, that's why. Meanwhile, Anthony Griffith, Allison Holliday's dropping like a rock in water there, but look at the lap time difference that the 66 has. He has over a half second on everybody else fastest lap right now. So Janser is doing an awesome job right now. The 4 is the second fastest car, and I think the 4 might be a bit more of a contender once things start going. Once he starts getting into a bit more clean air, maybe. But right now, Janser is taking off right now. And as we go through the field here, we're just kind of seeing who's struggling and who isn't. Looking for the 83. The 83 must be on a move right now. Yeah, 83's already up to 14th position after starting, I think, 26th. 26th or 28th. So we're seeing a big move here by some of these Red Bull cars who are trying to get into the playoffs as quickly as they can. Pericles should have won Atlanta, and I think right now they're really trying to get both their cars into the playoffs as quickly as possible so that they don't have to worry about the rest of the regular season. Meanwhile, no incidents so far in this race other than that Berkman-Coleman incident there. The other thing that I want to also mention, and the ARCSOA officials haven't done this yet, but for post-race conduct, you can also give grid penalties as well for the next race. So that's something you could also, if you're ever watching this and end up in the driver's steward, because I do like to pick some of the fans to go into the steward's box. Right now we only have one today. Ryan Matthews is in there. If you ever get in there, you are allowed to give grid penalties as well if you don't want to give strikes. But down the second straightaway into turn 2, here comes Anthony Griffith making a move on Carter Fitzgerald. I'm thinking that 4 car could be a nice contender against the 66 if he gets in clean air. It's going to take a lot to catch the 66, but I think Kiterman and Bouchard are kind of holding up everybody, and you got to also keep in mind Bouchard's teammates running second to last right now. Although Brock really isn't battling for anything, simply because he already is in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Kiterman and Bouchard are duking it out through these S-bends. This track is basically all S-bends through the back half of the course. Down the hill they go. And Kiterman, and they will start lap 8 already. Let's take a look at some of the comments right now. You think Papura will win? Well, Papura started toward the back. And Papura is currently running P19 of 28. So he has gone on a nice little tear there through this field, getting by some of the slower cars that started toward the back. But in this field, with the rain affecting qualifying, it really mixed up the order. So, it could be interesting, especially with this in Provo next week. So, I think Provo's next week, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, the Mid-Atlantic cars have really fallen back as well. However, gotta give MDR credit. on holding second right now, but Janser is gone up there. Janser has just taken off a huge lead right now. And we're seeing the MDRs really holding up some people in the back. Anthony Griffith goes by Bouchard now, or is trying to get on the outside of Bouchard there. And quite frankly, is trying to make that move stick. And now, there goes Anthony Griffith now into third position. Now, he's going to try and get by. That's a fast car, not going to lie. That 4 car is. I'd be watching the 4 car later in this race. But, we're going to take a look at some of the commentary as well right now. Zabka would have been... Zabka would have repeated. So, yeah. Zabka was strong here. Hold on 1 second here. All right. Janser liked the 84 last week. That's a good prediction. Also, Anthony Griffith just got by the 53 car here. We're going to go back and take a look at this because we didn't see it because we were on chat. Or we were on a text chat alert there. Let's see. Dives underneath. There. Yeah, good move overall right there. Anthony Griffith makes a good move now, and I'm interested to see how quickly now that he's in clean air, he'll be trying to reel in the 6 of Craig Janser. He already is starting to set some pretty decent laps that are faster than Janser. Meanwhile, further back, like I said, only 1 car out of the race, and that's Joe Coleman, and he had an engine go, but he also spun out Berkman in the process. Berkman's already clawing his way through the field, but not nearly as quickly as, like, the likes of DJ Curtis, who's up to 15th. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of a competitive start. Oh, Costra's fallen back from the start, so that's... Oh, wow, Tannerhill all the way back to 10th. 11 laps in, and you're already back to 10th place, so... Yeah, Caitlin Tannerhill not looking like has a very strong car right now. But, ooh, right there, Cameron Taylor now trying to make a move on the outside there. Didn't make it work in the Tenaire, but those Tenairs are quick right now. And I'm interested to see what the interval's going to be after this lap for Anthony Griffith now on the 66 car, because he is going... Well, no, actually, Janser went quicker that last lap. Let's see how this turns out. I'm just interested to see if there's any close-in on this gap, because if Janser's pulling on the 4, this could be another... Oh, nope, Griffith's starting to close in. But, I'm not seeing it just at this stage right now. Uh-oh, what's going on here? In the Bernie chat. Okay, yep. I got it now. How many of you are watching right now? Anybody? Just for Shagan, Ryan, and Snake, I guess. All right. Hold on 1 second, everybody. I know I'm kind of not really invested completely in this, although Anthony Griffith is really starting to close in now on the leader. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to take a little commercial break right now so you guys can watch this just for a little bit here. Oh, maybe not. Griffith just threw it off the track into the fence. So... Anyway, let's go to commercial break.